Alright, what's up guys? So, a channel named Advil, they have uploaded a video titled, Why Everyone Hates JustARobot. Yeah, I can tell you firsthand. I guess for some of those there, I think anybody that knows JustARobot knows me. And, yeah, I can tell you just based off of from what I've noticed, he doesn't know how to just overall, like, keep things to himself. You know, he feels the need, because of his autism, that he needs to say everything that's on his mind. And I'm like, fam, there's at times where you just don't need to say nothing, you know? So, but yeah, well, I think now it's a lesson learned situation. He's going through that lesson where, yeah, you know, overall, he talked a little bit too much. And now I done got him into his content creating career into a world of trouble. I still don't get that. You defend a pedophile or a groomer or whatever you want to call the girl. You defend her because you like her. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, hey, you know what? If you felt that was the right thing to do, I think by all the stuff that you're going through right now, it's like, yeah, you knew it wasn't the right thing, but yeah, he don't listen to nobody besides himself. I mean, he had friends and like neighbors telling him, and even his girlfriend, if he has one, telling him not to do this video, but overall he didn't listen. But anyways, now let's go ahead and check out this video. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Advil for more videos like this. And with that being said,
before I get started with this video, I just want a quick disclaimer that I'm going to try to take this situation, this video, a lot more seriously than I would most things. I kind of have a tendency to make jokes, make light of things I shouldn't, and a lot of times it does upset people who watch these videos, and I completely understand it. So from this point forward, there's going to be no jokes, completely serious, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So anyways, have you guys heard of gooning? Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to another Advil special video. Today we're going to be talking about something fucking abysmal, like usual. We never get to do anything nice. We don't get to do anything fun here. It's always dog shit. If you have a life, go to college, a significant other of some sort, you definitely haven't heard about what this video is about. And if I'm being honest, I'm completely jealous of you. If you want to turn back now, it's too late. I already have your view.
Yeah, I remember people, they were, it was pretty much like how the whole situation started in the first place between me and JustARobot. People commenting videos, commenting on my videos, talking about it. And I'm like, what is going on? Then that's when I just seen all the different stuff that was being said about him. And I'm like, huh. So he pretty much messed up overall. All right, cool. You know, it's something where I'm like, hey, I was like, he brought it on himself. It's one of those things where it's like, even at the start of our drama, I had said that so many different times. I'm like, eventually he is going to say the wrong thing to somebody. And yeah, it's going to mess his career up. And for this situation, he said the wrong thing to pretty much everybody. So yeah, now he's just overall facing that karma that, you know, it's been long overdue. But anyway,
you can't leave. But if you aren't aware, a massive commentary YouTuber by the name of JustARobot completely shit the bed. Yeah, that's a meta joke. You'll see it. You'll understand later. He made one of the worst drama expose videos I've probably ever seen in my entire time being online. The whole situation is kind of insane, and it's gonna take a minute to explain it all. So sit back and relax, because it's gonna need a lot of backstory. Let me just get a transition slide so you know what I'm thinking. Yeah, that. Yeah, good. Okay, cool.
It's like, and I guess for those that are just now seeing some stuff with JustARobot, I'm saying, like, there's things that go all the way back to, I think, some of his first few videos. So, like, I think a lot of people didn't know that, but he did do a video where he defended the Confederate flag. So I guess I think he was trying to explain to people that it meant something back then before. And, like, I guess, like, the origins of the Confederate flag, it meant something completely different. But I guess he was trying to say, like, that's how we should look at it now. And I'm like, fam, do you think when people are using the Confederate flag for some negative reasoning, it's like, do you think they're gonna be all like, oh, we're using it because of what it stood for hundreds of years? No, bruh. I'm like, it's okay. It's maybe at some point in time it might have been something good, but now it's not. All right. So, anyways. Probably
I
even
know
back
all
then
you
it
Advil
wasn't
fans are glad that the
anything
transitions are back. I'm never doing that again. So let's start off with who is Cinny. Cinny is an art YouTuber, mostly known for doing animations, quality up to the viewers' determination, animations of My Little Pony and Undertale characters. Now, she has amassed an insane amount of followers, and she is fairly popular in her niche of the art YouTuber community. Now, this is going to be important later, but Cinny has had a history of talking inappropriately to minors. She had a situation where she talked inappropriately to a 17-year-old when she was 19, but she made a solemn vow, a swear to herself, to never do that again, never interact with minors again, never do any of that stuff. So obviously, after promising that to her audience and to all of her supporters, she decided to talk inappropriately to multiple minors, not only in her 13+ Discord server, but in their DMs. What a responsible young lady. Now, all these screenshots came to light.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just the one situation where she got caught up. She's known for this. That's crazy. And he still did a video. Yeah. I was like, because the thing is this. I'm like, maybe it might get mentioned in this video, but JustARobot, he had an editor that got caught up talking to a minor. And I remember there were some allegations surrounding JustARobot for talking to a minor. It's like to have it where it's like, you know that this girl's known for this crap. And then you have an editor that's known for talking to a minor. Then it's like you have allegations. Yeah, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if them allegations were true, but
Light from a video by her roommate detailing her Discord escapades. Along with that, also alleged abuse and just many other things. And by the way, all this is alleged, even though there are screenshots for all the things involving the Discord servers. And then on top of that, there were 2 Google Docs that were released with almost 300 pages combined, and an insane amount of images from Discord DMs.
that's insane.
How long is this one?
188 pages. No.
All of all of them were the Discord messages. That's insane.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, a second doc has hit the channel. A second doc has hit the channel.
But now this is where our main character Jar comes in to White Knight and save the day. Thank God. Jar took a look at all this evidence. He read all the documents. He browsed all the files, and he decided Cinny's innocent. Wait, guys, she didn't do this. And so when Jar originally planned to make a video criticizing,
that's just crazy. It's like, because the thing is this, it's like, I guess like if I had to go back to like before he I guess like start going through all this drama, or maybe at the start of all this drama that he's going through, that's something where it's all like I should have said it back then. I'm like, and if maybe I did, I just don't remember. But regardless, it doesn't surprise me that he went out and defended this girl, because it was when his editor got caught up for talking to a minor. He didn't make no video about it. I don't know if he even addressed it in the video. I think he still got videos up that the guy worked on and was even featured in on his channel. So yeah, it's just something where I'm like, I don't know. I just remember with me when I found out that EDP was doing the stuff that he got called out for, EDP 445. I took down the videos I had of his. I was like, I had one video where it was a reaction video that it was, I think at the time being, it was either one of my most viewed videos or my most viewed video. And yeah, I took that video down. I was like, I don't care for reacting to anything else EDP related. So yeah, it was like after his situation. But yeah, I guess, I guess I'm different, but
Cinny, he actually switched gears and decided to make a video supporting her. Now, the reasons for this will be talked about later in the video, but they are quite outstanding. He decided to switch gears mainly after reading all the evidence and talking to her privately, as at the end of the video, he has a full interview with her with Smash Ultimate gameplay in the background, like a G. But in Jar's video, his main points are that Cinny's innocent because, one being that the person who made the original document and Jar don't believe that Cinny is a pedophile. 2, Cinny would have talked like this to anyone. It doesn't matter that they were minors. She would have done this to anyone. They just so happened to be.
That's the same crap that he said about himself, like with the things that he got called out for. He's like, oh, I talk like that with everybody, and it's like, okay, but don't. Like, it shouldn't matter who it is, whether you know him or don't know him. Have respect for people. That's all that we're trying to say.
In her vicinity. 3, it's not the definition that Jar believes what a groomer is, because Cinny wasn't trying to have sex with him or send them nudes or anything, just share comparing porn that they drew. How could she be a groomer? And 4, the pyrocynical situation. Now, the first two, I'm sure you can obviously tell, are insanely ridiculous. I doubt I have to go super deep into detail about that. But I think it's insane to make an entire hour-and-a-half long video staking your entire career and reputation on a semantics and definition debate whether or not someone is a groomer or not, purely because it doesn't fit with the definition of what you believe a groomer is, instead of the main issue of this person sending porn and talking explicitly to minors. And along with that, bringing up the pyrocynical situation is absolutely insane, considering that whole thing was botched. And along with that, it's a completely different situation. Cindy knew about the 14-year-old that she was messaging age the entire time she was talking to him, and made comments about it multiple times in the screenshots. At the end of Jar's video, there was an entire interview with Cindy that was completely tone deaf, completely painting the victim like a fucking idiot, making Cindy look like another victim in an attempt to destroy this poor artist's life. This video is fucking awful. I don't think there's a single person that will disagree with the fact that this shit was absolutely embarrassing to make. But what was worse,
that's something where I'm like, again, there's to EDP 445, but then there's even other creators out there where it's like, I would say that there's creators out there that I was more of a fan of than EDP 445, where they got caught up for some stuff. And I'm like, no, I can't support them. I can't, because it'd be people. There's like some YouTubers in the gaming community. I just, don't care for saying their name. But yeah, it was like they got caught up for some stuff. And I'm like, well, can't watch their videos no more. And if it's like, if I catch because they were a part of a group. So if I catch myself where I'm watching an old video of one of the YouTubers and their name, I'm like, nope, exiting out. I'm like, don't care for watching it, hearing their voice, any of that stuff. But yeah, I would say EDP, he was the one YouTuber that I was watching the most. Like, yeah, I was a genuine fan of EDP 445. I'm saying, like, anytime when I would see a meme of his, anytime when I would, like, videos, all that stuff, I was always wanting to check out an EDP video. But then, he talking about he going meeting up with some minor for some cupcakes. And it's like, bro, come on now. It's things like that where I'm like, he wasn't trying to get no cupcakes, all right? So that's I just don't get where it's like a grown man literally surrounded by a bunch of adults where you can have a normal conversation with them, not have no weird conversations unless they're into that type of stuff. My thing is this. It's just showing respect towards people. It's like, I don't get that. It's like, I just don't get how it's like you go around, you just want to have disrespectful, like, this is just even talking on like the other stuff that I've heard about JustARobot, but it's like, even with this situation, it's like, you really looked at this and was like, yeah, she's cool. She's not this person that everybody's trying to make her out to be. I'm like, fam, okay. So it's like, answer this question. Do you think that, like, the messages that she's sending to this minder, do you think she would send those messages in front of her parents? Yeah, she's an adult. She can do whatever she wants to do. It don't matter. But it's like, do you think, though, like, even besides her parents, do you think that she would have that same conversation that she was having with them minors in front of their parents? Because I guarantee and I promise you, it's like, nah, she would get sent to prison behind that crap. So
that was JustARobot's response after this video got released, and him talking on podcasts and live stream about the whole situation. It is extremely embarrassing. So pretty much as soon as Jar's video went live, he got into some immediate controversy, mostly in the comments and on Twitter, talking about how insane it is for him to basically spend an hour and a half defending a believed predator and also a self-admitted predator. So to try to counteract some of this and fight off the flames and do some damage control, Jar went on a popular commentary live stream, also known as Chud Logic, who does a lot of good work to try to defend himself as best.
I think somebody had commented on one of my videos and they was all like, oh, Chud Logic, he ended JustARobot's career. And I'm like, what? I'm like, and then once I seen everything that was going down, I was like, wow. I was like, nah, he really, and then it was like, even just outside of that, then it was like other comments that I was getting, and I'm like, bruh, this is insane. I'm like, nah, he really might be getting canceled right now. Like, there are some close calls, like, I know there was the racism allegations, but then just other crap about JustARobot, but yeah, I was like, with this, I'm like, nah, I think this is one of it's that knockout punch where it's like, it definitely knocked him down, so yeah, I was like, dang, bruh. Like, I mean, hey, it's something where I was like, when people, I warned y'all. I said that at some point in time, he's gonna upset the wrong somebody. I guess that wronged somebody ended up being a group of people. So yeah, it's like just seeing the amount of like controversy that he's going through. It's like it's insane because it's like I've been dealing with him the longest. So yeah, it's really insane to see all the crap that he's going through. But I'm like, hey, I warned him. You know, it's up where it's like you can't blame autism and dyslexia with all the crap that you go through. It's like, nah, bruh. At times you just gotta take accountability for yourself. So anyway,
it's possible. On this stream, they touched on everything I brought up earlier, and they added some new stuff that it's so cool. Now, I'm not going to show this whole hour-long interview. Not only is it not my content, but I don't think anyone wants to watch that. No offense, Mr. Chud. I'm going to try to run down what I think is the most interesting and what I really think I can, talk about or add. So the first real thing that they address is what is grooming? Because with Jar's definition, it is someone who is talking to someone inappropriately for sex, typically a minor. And while this is a definition, probably a Twitter Reddit.
That's kind of questionable. I'm like, even if that is the true definition, still you shouldn't be having no inappropriate conversation with a minor under any circumstances or whatever your intentions are. It's something where it's like, because you got to think about it. I don't see JustARobot being the father type. I mean, if he does want to have kids one day, then it's like, how'd that make you feel? Where it's like the conversation that you be having with kids, or the conversation that Cinnabare YouTuber was having with kids. How'd that make you feel? Where it's like, yeah, let's say you looked at your kid's phone and you see somebody, an adult, having that same type of conversation with your kid. So it's like, you're gonna feel a certain way about that. I wish a lot of people would see it that way, but no, it's funny. It's like you bring that up, then you'll have them, I guess, last few JustARobot fans where they're all like, well, I don't plan on having kids, so I ain't gotta worry about that. I'm like, okay, but let's say that you did. Let's say that you do have kids. How would you react to that? So,
definition. The real definition is prepping someone for something. So like what Chud says in the live stream, you can groom someone for a job or to be in a cult or to do something for you. And Jar's response to this example is oh my God.
That are like, being groomed for a position at a job, which is more acceptable and obviously not got any sort of negative implications.
So Cinny was looking to get this person in their cult or hire them?
Okay, what sort of retarded point is that?
Now Chud later... I fucking hate calling him Chud. Now, Mr. Logic later presses Jar on this and asks him, why does grooming have to lead to something? And Jar really has no answer for it because I don't think it's something he could really talk his way out of. Now, after this, they really just touch on why Jar put out the video at all and the pyrocynical situation. Jar says he put out the video because he saw that so many people were attacking Cinny and he thought he would give a new perspective with information that he thought was being taken out of context or not definitive grooming. And he equates a lot of this reason.
Bruh, I just remember there was that one YouTuber, James Charles, where he was going, I'm not a fan of James Charles, but I'm just saying, just bringing him up as an example. I remember he was going through his whole crap where he got caught up talking to minors. Did you see anybody making videos defending him? Yeah, maybe like a diehard James Charles fan, but overall though, it's like, what person in their right mind would look and be all like, I got it, I'm gonna do a video defending James Charles or Cinnabare or any other EDP. You guys didn't see me doing no video defending EDP, so I'm saying it's things like that where it's like, okay, instead of using whatever knowledge it's use common sense. You knew that wasn't gonna be a good video, so, but anyway.
With the pyrocynical drama, saying that, well, everyone in the community thought that Pyro was okay, so why isn't Cinny okay?
I got convinced that after looking with what I had, that Cinny might have been in the right, or not in the right per se, but not a groomer, and a lot of this drama was overblown mainly because of the Pyro stuff. I mean, like, Pyro asked a 15-year-old to draw him as a thicker version of himself. He gets away with it, so I'm like, wait, how is that okay, but this isn't? And that's what I was like questioning myself on.
This is a point that Jar brings up a lot, comparing his
So if I ask somebody, draw me fighting Superman or something, or yeah, let's say if I ask an artist that so happens to be a minor, like, draw me fighting Superman or something, but have me wearing some superhero outfit. I just, oh my God, his logic is stupid. Like, I don't get it, man. But it's something where I'm like, it doesn't matter whoever this Pyro person is. It's like the fact that because I think he's just trying to like jump the gun and not take responsibility for his actions, even when because I think he is going to talk about his response video at some point in time. And it's like, even then, it's like, you still wasn't trying to take responsibility for your actions. It's like you were trying to give out an explanation for your actions. It's like, no, bruh, apologize, take responsibilities, and go on about your business. But yeah, this is what I've been dealing with for the past, like, what, 8-9 years?
Current controversy or the situation he's talking about in a video with other situations. And this is something that, as someone who does this, and I think does this kind of content very well, I fucking hate when people do that. Blame me if you want for this take. It might be completely off base, but I think making your whole argument by comparing it to a different situation is fucking stupid. In my opinion, you need to look at every single situation like it's their own and base your own opinion on this situation specifically instead of what the community or what the audience believes it is, like Jar does consistently. In your video, you can make comparisons to the situation to make it easier for the audience to understand. That's perfectly fine. But basing your opinion on something that the community deems okay or not is fucking stupid. That is one of the big
that's always been his thing. It's like if somebody called him racist, then he was all like, oh, he was like, well, I only said the N-word once, this person said the N-word twice. Okay, but I'm talking about you. I'm like, that person that you're talking about, I don't care about them, I don't even know who they are. But it's like, yeah, that's always been his thing. It's like, oh, let me I guess, like, I don't know, have like a mirror where it's like, yeah, somebody, it's like focused in on me, I'll just hold a mirror in front of my face and just aim it at different directions so you're looking at other things. And it's like, no, bruh, put the mirror down, take responsibility for your actions.
Things that Jar continuously messes up on, not just on this, as you'll see later, historically repeating it over and over and over again. Now, one of the worst and most damning things to come out of this entire interview is Jar admitting that he didn't even look at the second document, which had worse information than the first one. The first one was tame compared to the second one, and he decided to just completely not look at it.
Did you look at the messages between Cinebear and Eno in full?
Admittedly, no.
And his reasoning for this is because another commentary YouTuber by the name Kumo got access to his early draft of the video and he decided to put it out early. This led Jar to rush his video and just put it out without even looking at the new evidence, claiming that, oh, I was thinking of maybe doing a part 2. What?
I was planning to do that. I just didn't expect Kumo to leak my video. I was planning to do, not today, yesterday. I was planning to upload the video today, but before I upload my video, I spend one day like double checking everything, doing extra research. And then he uploaded my video and then I was like, oh, fuck, now I guess I have to do this.
I can understand working on a video while you're researching.
Just not do the video at all.
But having majority of your video finished enough to be leaked and for it to relatively stay the same and not even looking at the most important evidence is fucking baffling. And it turns out the motherfucker still hasn't read it.
Okay, so as we're having this conversation now, you have not seen the full conversation and therefore cannot fully comment on the contents of the conversation. Am I understanding this correctly?
Yes.
He still hasn't looked at it, and he said during the video, I'll take a look at it. But I don't know if that's true. Now, what I think everyone is really wondering, Advil, why'd you make references to gooning in the intro? Well, because of this. So the DMs between Jar and Cine were leaked, and from this, it's very obvious that they had a less than accused commentator kind of relationship, or Jar just kind of wanted their relationship to be more than just a journalistic interview for a video. There would be times where Jar would ask her for calls while he's trying to sleep, and sending her things like, hey, you want to see my cock? And sending a picture of a chicken. Very uncouth things to ask someone that you are making a video on for being a predator. But not only that,
it's like, well, he might even...
He admits to finding Cine attractive in this interview. Now, his excuse is...
Oh, I thought he was gonna... He does, so there's, like, I guess, according to, you know, whether just the robot, I guess, but he has a whole girlfriend. And I'm like, bruh, you... talk to your girl. I'm like, that's just something I'm like, man, I find that crazy. But I guess, yeah, according to Just the Robot, he's like, oh, I talk like this with everybody. I talk like this with my best guy friends and stuff. Oh, I talk like this with my boss at my job. And I'm like, yeah, that's why people be looking at you strange, all right?
Hey,
so
I'm a straight guy. I love tits. So, you know, if anyone was me, they would also want to... They would also want to, they would also, you know, like a fucking moron. I'm sure everyone who's watching this video currently understands the issue. I don't think Jar does, and I still don't think he does. Let me say it clearly and slowly. so him and everyone else who doesn't get it can understand. The issue isn't this is how you talk to people. Issue is this is someone that you're making a video about with grooming allegations, child grooming allegations. And instead of taking it seriously and respecting not only the accused, but the victims, you are asking for sleep calls and saying, do you want to see my cock? And sending them non-stop garbage in their DMs. Another issue is in the DMs, he keeps on telling her, yo, I'm gonna fix this thing. I'm gonna fix it for you. Everyone's gonna love you again. And the reason he did that, as he says in this interview, is he wants another YouTube ally.
I want another commentator in my corner because I had others in my corner. I feel alone now. Like I'm just standing here and I need someone.
So he pretty much, this was him being desperate to get friends. Fam, okay, the thing is this. I could say that I've had my fair share of moments where, yeah, I was like, it was just recently I had it where it was somebody I thought it was a friend of mine. I don't know what I said or did, but yeah, it's like they pretty much just ghosted me. It wasn't even a ghosting. It's like you would have thought like we had got into it, but yeah, I just looked up one day. I was banned and blocked everywhere. I was like, bro, I'm telling you guys, like, honest to God truth. I didn't say nothing crazy to this person. Like, I just looked up, and the crazy thing about it was, like, the last time I think we had a conversation was, like, maybe sometime last year. It was maybe sometime last year. I don't know, but overall, it was a situation where it was, like, it was crazy, because, like, so the person, they are a Twitch streamer, and, no, it was like, I noticed that. I was like, we hadn't talked in a fat moment. I was like, I'm not gonna, cause like, if I did say anything crazy or weird towards them, it was stuff where it's like, okay, like, this is how I talk with my, like, family, you know, it's all like, oh, I'm gonna go outside and chase squirrels. Like, I say stupid stuff like that, but I'm like, if you find any offense to that, like, I don't know, like, maybe you a squirrel activist or something, I'm like, okay, I won't talk about chasing. I'm like, fam, I had asthma when I was a kid. I was like, I have, like, you know, like that part of my, like, of your side when you run for a long period. Squirrels are fast. I ain't gonna be out there chasing squirrels. I got a whole life to maintain here. But overall, though, it'll just be weird things like that. But I was like, no, I wasn't even gonna be on that type of energy. I was just gonna join their stream and just be all like, hey, how have you been? It's like, it's been a fat minute since I've talked with you. I was like, just wanted to check up and see. But I was like, nah, I seen that I was banned on Twitch, blocked across social media. And I'm like, I don't know what I did, but I was like, hey, you know, I guess if I did do something, then I apologize. But that's the thing, I don't know what I did. I was like, I think the last thing I remember sending them. So if you're on like Instagram, they have, or if you're not on Instagram, they have like these posts on there where they'd be like, send it to your best friend. I guess maybe I would send that a lot to them. But if that was a problem, then I'm like, all right, I won't send those no more. But yeah, it is something where I'm like, I still, to this day, I'll never understand that. But anyways, that's why I feel like I didn't drag that on. Let's get back into this video.
There to like look through my videos and say, oh, hey, can you change that, or can you change this? Like, I love my roommate and all, but he doesn't know like this kind of stuff. He doesn't know like drama stuff.
But he told you not to upload the video.
You specifically went about this in a way. One of your goals was to get the person who's accused of grooming and is engaged in a
But yeah, I think that was the original point that I was making with that story, was that I was like, yeah, I did feel a certain way, but I'm all like, okay, I'm not going to go out and defend somebody that then went out and committed something. That's like, okay, me losing that friend and defending Osama bin Laden. What sense would that even make? But anyways, getting back to the video.
egregious behavior in your corner because you wanted an ally.
If I could prove that they weren't a groomer, and yes, I did want an ally, yes.
This person currently has damning allegations right now, and you are trying to buddy up with that person. It's almost like a
conflict of interest. And a conflict of interest, which is a complete conflict of interest, with a conflict of interest beyond the conflict of interest.
Yeah, that's a phrase that's been bounced around a lot the entire interview. And so I think it's time for your boy Advil to come clean a bit. I used to work for JAR.
Oh wow.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna edit that.
Dang.
As dramatic as.
So like that's a surprise. Wow. All right. I mean, so dang. So he most likely, I mean, if it was during that time frame where we were going at it, then yeah, he most likely know me. I just thought this was a random channel. Wow, all right. So yeah, let's see what this is all about.
Well, it's not that bad. I promise it's not that bad. Also, for continuity's sake, there's a fish up there. It's new. Pretty cool. I like it a lot. So, it's true, I used to work for JustARobot, the target and topic of today's video. This section is going to be a lot less script heavy. It's not going to be a lot of bang, bang, boom editing. Just going to kind of be me talking. I might have screenshots, I might not, depending on if I think it's cool or not. Because I don't want to, I'm really not trying to expose him of anything evil. As much as the title, which might be my experience with JustARobot, might seem like I am exposing everything. I'm not really. It's just a title would bang. I was an editor for him for not that long, actually. I started working for him around when my first Daft Peanut video came out. If I'm not mistaken, Antoon sent it to him. I reached out to him. He reached out to me. Said it was pretty good. Asked if I wanted to be in his Daft Peanut video. I said yes. I did my part. I edited some of it. And he asked if I wanted to edit for him. And honestly, I don't know Jar that well. I'm not like one of his super close friends. I'm not besties with Mr. Robot. But I feel like as someone who's interacted with him in any means, especially someone who interacted with him non-drama at all position, like with him and Cinny and everyone else that chats have been leaked from him, it's usually involving drama or involving someone with drama. But his and I's were very non-drama filled. I watched Leo Convoy's call with him, and there's a lot of things that he said that kind of perked my ears a bit. And the main one that I kind of agree with, especially with my relationship with Jar, if you want to call it that. Leo said he's a guy who loves favors and using people for whatever means justify the ends. So if he needs,
I'm like, I can vouch on that. That's something I just remember he was trying to pretty much, so from what I remember, I don't remember the whole conversation, but I remember I just kept asking him. This is like talking on like the infamous night where me and him had got into it back in 2016, where he randomly commented underneath one of my videos. And I remember I kept asking him that. I'm like, why are you here? You haven't been mentioned. You haven't been talked about. Haven't made no videos on you. Matter of fact, I actually forgot about you. So it's something where I'm like, why are you here? And he's like, oh, I want to make a deal with you. He was like, you take in some advice from me. And then it's like, I was like, nope, let me stop you right there. I don't want nothing from you. I don't want to work with you. I don't want to be a part of any journey, adventure, whatever you want to call it, okay? I'm like, I'd rather be in a sauna with Oprah Winfrey. And I'm saying, like, sweat all that crap. I would rather be in a situation like that and trying to figure out how to get out of that situation than to even work on a TikTok, a Vine, Instagram reel. I don't want to do no work with you whatsoever. I remember he got, like a person is upset when they're talking, like they put caps lock and then they just type it in all caps. Oh yeah, I had to say that was like the one time, like didn't really get to see it in a video form, but yeah, I could tell by them comments, JustARobot, he was a little bit on the upset side. And then, then that's from that point on, that's why I was getting all that, like, nonstop hate, like, dislikes and crap, hate comments from his fans. But anyways.
Need someone to edit a video or to defend them for something, he'll ask him for that. But it's not really met with anything deeper. He will ask you for something and do whatever for something, and then he won't ask you how your day was. It's a very favor-forward type of relationship, and he definitely had that with me. Even beyond being an editor, I've edited for a few people, and majority of them try their best to be friends or friendly with me. And the way Jar,
I figure, I'm like, if somebody was an editor for me, I'm like, yeah, I'd be all like, no, we cool at this point. It's like, I just can't have it where it's like, there's no sort of, it's like we're conducting business, and there has to be some like level of friendship within that business. So yeah, that's something where I'm like, anybody that I've ever collaborated with or just worked on with when it came to content creating, I'm like, even if it's like I remember there was a kid, I didn't even really know him in school, like I remember we were like, I guess Facebook friends, but yeah, it was like, I just remember where I think he wanted to get into some YouTube stuff, but yeah, it's like I remember we became friends. I was like, hey bruh, if you need help like camera work or editing, whatever the situation may be, I'm like, fam, it's like, because that's something that I'm like, I always make sure of, where I'm like, I let people know, I'm like, like, hey, you need advice, editing, or like, I guess, help with editing, whatever the case may be, it's like, I got you, you know? So it's like, I go into the, I guess, business transaction with the friendship. I'm like, yeah, it's like, as long as, you know, it's like, you give me a friendship in return, and yeah, sure, I'll work on some content for you and things. So that's just how I am, I guess, when it comes down to content creating. I'm trying to make friends, I ain't trying to make enemies. But anyway,
or interacted with me was definitely different than them. If you aren't aware, I'm a Make-A-Wish guy. I did a video about my wish, and I am extremely disabled, not physically. Don't comment that again. And there'd be times where I would be late to edit something or something like that, and he just wouldn't ask how I was doing, ask how I was feeling. I would be like, hey man, I'm on painkillers, but I'll get this video done. And he'd be like, awesome. Which he doesn't have to check in on me. He doesn't have to ask how I am. It was a bit.
if I knew that was the situation, I'm like, hey, look, bruh, I'm like, we can be cool, but it's like, I can't ask you, you know, in your position. I mean, if you want to, you're more than welcome. But I'm like, if you can't do it, I'm like, fam, it's okay. Like, we can still be cool, chat it up, play the game or something. I don't care. But I'm like, that's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I just can't. I don't know. Like, when it comes down to content creating, and it's like that with Twitch streamers. It's like that with people that I've met on TikTok. It's like that Instagram. I haven't really met nobody on Instagram. YouTube, I have to say, it's been like very few people. I have respect for any or everybody that I come across when it comes to content creating. Like, especially like, because I be heavily onto like Twitch and stuff. So if I come across a streamer, I'm sitting there talking with them as if we're like friends at the like lunchroom table back in school. You know, it's like I treat them with respect. It's like I don't, you know, go into a person's stream on no disrespectful stuff. I'm like, unless it's like, if it's a friend of mine's and that's how we joke around, only way I'm doing that. Other than that, it's like, yeah, bro, it's something where it's like, I don't know. Like, if somebody tells me, I'm like, hey, I'm on painkillers, I'm asking them, like, hey, what's going on? You good? Then they explain the situation to me. That's why I'm like, hey, if you, like, can't work on this video, I'm 100% okay with that. You know, it's like, your health comes first. It's like, I don't want it to be a situation where you're putting my work, you know, before your health. And I'm like, no, bro. It's like, your health comes first. I'm like, that's just the bottom line to that situation. But anyways,
It was a bit strange. Or like when I would ask him to read something for a video or be in one of my videos, or an opinion on a video I'm working on, or just an idea I have. His response would be something like, I will maybe do this if you finish 5 parts of my video. If you can edit 5 parts of my video in a month. Which I think is a little strange, but that's
crazy.
just me. To go along with that, I don't think he liked me very much. I don't know why. In the Leo interview and a few other things I've seen him in, due to this controversy, a lot of people make the allegation or claim that he is super numbers focused. He cares mostly about how many numbers a person gets. And when I was working for him, like the peak of me working for him,
I think that's a fact. Cause it was funny. I remember he was, cause he did do a video where he was like, he wasn't gonna make any more videos on me. Cool. I'm like, ain't tripping about it. I'm like, hey, that's just good for me, I guess. So, but anyways, no, but, and I think I think, cause I don't know if I was the reason for all of that, but I do remember when me and him very first crossed paths, cause it was before that night in December. We had crossed paths early on in 2016. I think it was maybe like April or May of 2016. It might have been April, I don't know, but anyways, but no, I do remember where he because he was a super small channel at the time. I think he had like 2,000-3,000 subscribers. I think it was like 5,000 to 7,000 at the time, but I always would bring that up to him. I'm like, you don't get any views and you barely have any like more subscribers than I do. I'm like, be gone with you. I'm like, just please go on about your business. And I always would bring that up with him. I'm like, I get more views than you and more and I have more subscribers than you. I'm like, please just go. And so then, yeah, over the years, he did get up to like, yeah, got way more subscribers than I did, had more views than I did at one point in time. And then when last year, when I started pulling in some views and subscribers, out of nowhere, he uploads this video talking about where is TMossBoss right now. And I'm like, fam, people can literally search my name up and see where I'm at right now. What's the, like, how is this gonna benefit you? And yeah, it's like hearing that, then that's just it's just that full circle of, yeah, after all these years, numbers still matter to him.
From like every month, every 2 months. I recently hit 1,000 subscribers, maybe 2,000, but I think I was definitely close to 1,000, like freshly 1,000. And maybe he didn't see value in that. I genuinely cannot say, but I asked him, I did this video where I made a new commentary channel to see how easy it is to be a commentator from scratch. Cause you hear it's easy and whatever. I did a segment where I interviewed a bunch of well-known commentary YouTubers and I asked him to be in it. His section is the shortest out of everyone I talked to. And the reason for that is because there's multiple times where he just called me the worst editor he had. And he might be joking, which I might be sensitive. I might not get the joke. I just didn't think it would instill confidence in the audience if they heard that the person I edited for says I'm the worst editor on his payroll. But seeing how he interacts with people, especially Cine, makes a lot of sense. There were things that would come up where he would kind of freak out and get stressed out about how people would perceive him for X, Y, and Z things. Some conflict that happened with a few videos I worked on, and he was very stressed about making sure that he did damage control as fast as possible, even if he believed he was in the right. But I'm honestly not trying to shit on him too much, which might be shocking because some of what I'm saying is kind of not the nicest. Now, after everything that has happened, Mr. Robot put out a response with receipts video talking about the video and the aftermath of it and reacting and responding to everyone's videos on him. And this response was kind of dog shit.
Exactly. The thing is this, I was like, before he did the response video, I had said numerous times, he's not going to give out no proper apology. Like I said, been dealing with JustARobot for years. Even the time when I had gave him the chance to apologize to me, he still was like, no. So that's when I had very first heard the whole dyslexia crap. And I'm thinking to myself, like, it's like, okay, I just remember there was a kid that I went to school with where if he did something to somebody, he was like, oh, like that kid, he turned out to be a Trump supporter, but I'm like, I ain't gonna talk about that. We gonna say that for a rainy day. But no, it's like overall though, it's like I remember him from school and he was such a cool kid. Like he was chilled. Like he was never any issues with him. So but I just have a feeling with him, like if we went back, like let's say if we're walking down the hall or something and we don't even see each other on the other side of the walls and we bump into each other and he knocks me down and glasses go flying off and stuff, and I'm like, bro, what happened? I'm blind. I feel he seems like that type of kid where it's like probably would laugh, wouldn't even blame him for laughing. I probably would have got up about like, what was that, bro? It's like I continued walking past the wall and there was another wall. Like, what's wrong with you? But it's like we were cool though, so it's something where I think that he would have apologized. He was like, oh my god, like I'm sorry and stuff. Even if it's on some stuff like that where we're cool. JustARobot, on the other hand, it's like I gave him the chance to apologize. I'm like, okay, apologize for like the ongoing harassment, the racist comments, all that crap. Like, apologize for all that crap that you put me through. And one of his friends was like, oh, he's dyslexic, so he can't write out the apology, or he can't say any apology. I'm like, okay, say it backwards. I'll understand the message, but it's like he very well can apologize. Apologizing isn't in his vocabulary. That's not programmed in his chip. So yeah, maybe, I don't know, whoever developed him, I'm like, maybe his parents or whoever, maybe that needs to be the next update for JustARobot. Add an apology feature, so at least then it's like, okay, he can apologize to the crap. But it's like I don't know, like seeing that he's have there's other people that has like dealt with JustARobot, and I ain't seen no apology video with them neither. It's like, yeah, he like I said, apologizing, that's just not with him. He's not an apologizer. So yeah, it's like it's something where it's like I knew before that video came out, I knew he wasn't gonna do no proper apology video. I knew it was gonna be something along the line, oh, I apologize, but hear me out. And it's like, no, bruh, just apology in the video. That's it.
I'm not going to go over the whole thing because a lot of it I think is fucking cooked. I'll summarize what I think is the most important to what we've talked about in this video. Now, the apology is split up into sections. The first one is the last few months, giving context on what's happened. And then there's two sections about Cine, and that's primarily what I'm going to be focusing on. I don't care about the other stuff. Now, in this section, Jar gives context as to why he did certain things. He talks about him not reading the documents fully and not having all the information. He cites a new document that came out a couple days before his video came out. Coincidentally, the same day that Kumo leaked his video. And he again doubles down that if Kumo hadn't leaked it, the villain of the story hadn't leaked it, the video would have been fine.
Kumo uploading my video
It's like he wasn't taking responsibilities. He's trying to blame this on somebody else. And it's like, but you're the voice. You're the main focus in that video. So it's like, regardless of whether the video was leaked or not leaked, you still, even in the crazy thing about it is that I didn't even know about the leaked version until like people started talking about it. But it's like, yeah, because everybody was focused on your video. So anyways, the one that he uploaded.
a lot of things for me. It kept me from reaching out to Jack and doing further research on the topic. Even if I didn't upload my unfinished draft, I still would have received a ton of backlash. Just not as much backlash as I'm receiving now. Because of my lack of research on the situation, I did not understand how bad Cinny really was.
Even though I don't think that's true at all. I don't think there's any universe that he would have read that document. There's a lot of stuff that slipped through the cracks on his video that even in this, he admits with all the screenshots he didn't know about. So I doubt with the video almost done and him staying up every night working on it, he would give a single fuck about a new document coming out. I could be wrong, but I feel like he would have either not seen it or just ignored it to finish the video.
Question to you is, the final draft you were going to put out, the final video, was it close enough to what you put out?
If people gave me like no pushback and said, yeah, this looks like a solid video, and me and my roommate didn't decide to look at the doc in detail, which we were planning to, but if we didn't, which I'm pretty sure we would have, but if that didn't happen, yes, that would have been it.
And then afterwards, he addresses Cinny and his relationship to her and the simping allegations, as he calls them. And I think this part is also very strange to me. But Advil, why is it strange? Thank you for asking. Mostly because Jar is very firm in the fact he has no romantic interest in Cinny at all. There's no chance, nothing like that. And if that's true, good for you. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you don't want to fuck an alleged groomer. Good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. The issue is, I don't think he truly understands why people got to this conclusion and why what he did was an issue. He talks about how he talked to her with the, you want to see my cock? And nice pussy DMs. And he says, that's just my humor. I'm just a silly guy who loves vagina and dick. Hey, I would do that with anyone.
I'm gonna be real here. Me saying want to see my cock, followed up by a picture of a chicken, or me commenting nice pussy when someone shows me their cat, are common jokes I've made multiple times with multiple different people.
And
it's like the thing is this, it's like it comes off as one of those jokes that you make when you're a kid and you're just you got on like social media for the first time. Like that's what that sounds like. And it's like, just a robot. You are a whole grown man. I think he's older than me based off of from what I heard from people. It sounds like he's older than me. So it's just, yeah, it's something where I'm like, fam, regardless of whether that's a question that I have yet to ask anybody. Like I said, or is getting ready to say, that sounds like something that I would have said when I was like 13, 14 years old, going on MySpace for the first time, or Facebook, Twitter, any of those platforms for the first time. But as you get older, you realize, hey, I can't talk like that with everybody. I'm getting older. I'm getting more mature. I gotta change my ways. I gotta have more mature conversations. But I guess if somebody wants to take a step back to our childhood and have inappropriate conversations like that, cool. But with that person, not everybody.
Addresses the sleep calls, saying, I have really bad insomnia. I sleep on call with everyone. I'm a whore. I sleep with everyone. I'm a little sleep call slut. I'll do it with anyone and everyone.
I have incredibly bad sleep insomnia. I have blackout curtains, and I often use different methods to help me sleep, such as melatonin, NyQuil, and more. I even have earplugs and use a fan as background sound. Talking to someone as I fall asleep, waiting for the pills to kick in, is one of the easiest ways to help me fall asleep. Falling asleep on call with someone was literally done to help me sleep. I was taking Adderall to finish up the Cinny video, so that is one of the reasons why I had such a hard time passing out. I used to do what many people have referred to as sleepy time calls on Skype all the time.
Now, obviously, there are a lot of problems with this. Some people might have an issue with the idea of him having a thing for her. I really could care less, honestly, like genuinely care less if he fell in love with this girl. My problem with the sleepy time calls or whatever they are, and his entire entire interaction with Cindy is purely built on the fact of them having a really weird personal relationship. And I don't think he has much room to be upset when people assume that he has a thing for her. Opinion, I definitely think he has some kind of weird power imbalance thing with it. It's saying constantly how...
My thing is this. Let's say that, like that question, he was like, you want to see that, you know, the manhood region of a male body. Like, but no, overall, if she would have said like, no, I want to see the real thing, the thing is this, I am willing to bet, all right, hardcore money. Okay, no. My very first copy of Grand Theft Auto 6, I'm willing to bet my copy of an unreleased video game, he would have sent that picture. He would have sent the picture regardless of, and it would have went from like, oh, JustARobot defended this girl to JustARobot, yes, defended this girl, but he also cheated on his girlfriend. So anyways.
He's going to get her out of this controversy and what he's going to do for her, stuff like that. It really is extremely uncomfortable, and it completely breaks trust with not only his fans by enforcing the belief that either every video he's done or every video he does in the future is biased now because he might be trying to buddy up with the person and do sleepy time calls with them, but also it's just incredibly immoral and fucked up to do not only to the victims but also Cindy herself. This weird sort of power trip manipulative thing. And then he ends this segment talking about the ally thing. He said multiple times he wants a new ally for his channel or for him in the YouTube space. He clarified more on that, saying that the art commentary community fucking hates him and to support and help him when he's trying to defend people who are also wrongly accused of things like him, like all of my other friends like that. And then he ends that part saying, you know, it's just so hard being a internet hero. This is why people don't do it. I guess this is where I stop.
But stopping commentators from slandering people, even if it's a niche group of commentators, is an absolute pipe dream, and I'm giving up on it. Granted, I always hoped that they would join me and help out other people who were slandered, but it almost never happened. Putting my channel and reputation at risk to help another YouTuber rarely gets me views or any form of benefit. Often it means I will have to deal with their haters from now on, or they'll come after me for not helping them out enough. I'm not the best judge of character, and I think it's time I stop trying to be a little internet hero. I now understand more than ever before why other people don't do this.
I don't think he has the right to be acting like we bullied him out of something great, out of doing something fantastic for the community. We bullied him out of fucking up more things. I don't know if he meant it like this. If he didn't, then that's my bad. But the way it came across is JustARobot feels like he's a martyr for trying to save people who are wrongly canceled, for trying to be the hero, for trying to save the fucking day, when he is quite obviously the fucking opposite. During the entirety of response or apology, Jar has this woe is me type attitude or tone in his voice, and it's extremely confusing. It's a similar tone to like if your childhood dog of 20 years bit the neighbor, they had to put him down and then you had to go apologize to that neighbor. That's what he sounds like. What he's apologizing for is not that at all. Also, this is such an annoying and kind of asshole thing to bring up, but in his original Cindy video, he shit on her roommate for having a GoFundMe at the end of it, trying to get some rent money so they can move out. In the comments of Jar's response video, he has a GoFundMe to his friend in need, so it's different. I just thought that was a little interesting, but that's his response video, and wow, it was really good. I don't understand why he said a lot of the things he did or made a lot of the claims he did. It still baffles me to this day. And I wish I could do something about it, like talk to him and ask him why he chose the things he did. Well,
hello, sadly Advil couldn't join us today because he's working on getting his second Make-A-Wish. So instead, here is a retelling of the interview between Advil and JustARobot. Please enjoy. How are you doing and handling everything? I've been better, to be honest. Sometimes it just feels like the world is against me. I always knew something like this could happen eventually, so I'll just have to face it. Yes, I'm hurt, but I'm not resorting to self-harm or contemplating anything drastic. After all, if you can't handle the challenges of the internet, maybe it's best to get off the internet. Do you understand the flaws with your Cindy video and why it was criticized so heavily? There are definitely too many to count, but I'll admit I went too easy on her. I was more focused on making her look better than on being objective. A lot of my arguments were weak, and the video ended up being an unscripted mess. Do you think in any way that you had an unfair treatment directed towards you compared to others in the community? Yes. I've seen others do worse than me without facing as much backlash. I think I've even had more videos made about me than Cinny, and I believe she's in the wrong more than I am. Why do you keep mentioning Kumo and bringing up his name anytime you have to take accountability for not doing enough research? I think I may have messed up my wording, or perhaps you misunderstood me. What I meant is that I had not uploaded the video and people have discovered it through Kumo's pre-upload, not even a re-upload since it wasn't released yet. I would have still faced backlash. People would have seen it on his channel and assumed Jar didn't upload this because he saw the backlash from Kumo's video. I wasn't suggesting that more research would have still led to backlash. I apologize if my wording wasn't clear on that point. I brought his name because I wasn't prepared for the situation. I wanted to think things through more and look over what other people have said on the topic. I never dealt with someone uploading my content before I'd fully thought things through. A lot of people have pointed out that the editing seemed finished, but the same could have been said about the original video I made on Cinny, which was meant to criticize her. Honestly, I could have just made a few adjustments, just 10 to 20%, changes to the latest draft, and created a much better video that most people would have agreed with. Why did you consistently tell Cinny confidently and consistently that you can get her out of this, even though you stated multiple times after the video's release that you were not confident with this video, and consistently nervous about the perception of it while working? To be honest, I was partly
There's no
right.
way out of that, though. It's like you get caught up talking to a minor. It's like you look at any situation where it's like from another content creator to somebody that's not a content creator. You look at any situation of where somebody is having an inappropriate conversation with a minor, it's always going to be 0 in a million. There is everybody that has been defeated in that conversation, all right? So there's no way possible unless it was never true. Like, yeah, if the minor is like lying on that person's name, then that's a completely different story, all right? But if not that, and that person is having like a genuine inappropriate conversation with that minor, no, bruh, there's no way out of that.
Riding the momentum from my previous work with Peach, Antunes, and Mary. At the time, Kumo was already changing some people's opinions about her. Keyword some. I believed that with my support, we could further help her. I thought she had been unfairly slandered and wasn't as bad as people were portraying her. I was also trying to uplift her. However, after her response, I began to feel less confident. Here is the last voice message I sent to her.
Listen, Cinny, I can't promise this will fix everything for you, or even anything for you. I don't want you to feel like you have a false sense of hope. I'll do what I can, but that's it. I helped Peaches out, but the allegation...
Why does JustARobot talk like them cringy people on TikTok? Where it's like, I don't know, like they, you know how like they just them like them weird cringy videos on TikTok where it's just like the person, they're acting shy, but I'm like, fam, you set up your iPhone 15 Pro Max so you could do this video. You're not shy. I'm like, you got 105 videos on your profile. You're not shy. Stop it. But like, that's the voice that he's just giving off. And I'm like, bruh, like change your voice. I think for years, like that's probably why I never really wanted to sit down and watch his videos, because there's just something about his voice. I think that's it. Like he just got it like a default cringy voice. Yeah, bro. I'm like, you gotta change that. I don't know. The robot thing wasn't working. The real voice ain't working. I don't know, bro. Change it to something else. Get that tube thing that Zapp and Roger had, so you know at least the video can have something. But anyways,
on you are much more rough. I'm gonna do what I can to help, because I know this shit is and will leak into your real life.
Why do you think it'd be a good idea to have a group of allies surrounded by you who don't have a clean track record to the point of even wrongfully having accusations as serious as Sinners or others? I mentioned that no one is perfect and everyone makes mistakes. I believe people should be held accountable for their actual actions, not for fabricated claims. Take Antunes for example. While he used trans suicide as a punchline, some people were labeling him as a paedophile, which was an unfair addition. At the same time, Peaches faced a lot of backlash for things they didn't even do. I thought that anyone who had gone through such an experience would understand the importance of not letting the same thing happen to others. It's similar to how many people who work in rehabilitation are former addicts themselves. I genuinely believed I was doing good by working with Peaches after the drama was over. When I faced unfair criticism, I always hoped someone would come to my defense, but that rarely happened. Even now, I wish someone would just come in and save the day. To conclude, I believed that even if Cinny was in the wrong and I made a mistake by defending her, I could simply take down my video and adjust the situation. That's exactly what I did. In the worst case scenario, if Cinny was wrong and I was wrong for supporting her, at least I tried to do the right thing. However, I now realize that my actions only made things worse. Moving forward, I want to focus on topics that are less controversial.
So what are my final thoughts on the whole JustARobot, Cinny Bear, shitty video situation? If I'm being honest, not many. Recently, I've become hyper aware of terrible commentary / drama type videos. It's a genre that has become extremely popular. It's kind of at its pinnacle, and not like people making it and that's their main genre, but random people making them. And it's really strange. There will be people who have never touched drama, never even tried it, barely even watched it, trying to throw their hat in the ring to get some good views, because it is good views. And from this, typically, you get some of the worst content and worst commentary videos there are, purely because they don't know how to do it. And it's really disappointing to see someone who is a veteran in this genre fail pretty much on every account. A lot of videos I have planned for the future fall under this category also.
That's honestly what it was, is that and you see it with a lot of different people. Let's just use boxing for an example. Let's just say there's that boxer that's just undefeated. All right, let's say, yeah, JustARobot, he's that boxer, undefeated. Everybody, he's had some of the greatest challenges of his life. Bro remain undefeated, but overall, that wear and tear, that was getting to him being drained, him just not being that content creator that he was, that he once was, like almost 10 years ago. Yeah, it's like that's something that he probably knew, that it's like, I can never be that person that I once was, like where I was on top of my game, growing, all that stuff. So overall though, it got to a point where he started losing, all right? Had to just, pretty much, he didn't want to hang it up. He didn't want to like throw in the towel. He didn't want to hang it up. He didn't want to retire. He didn't want to do any of that stuff. He wanted to keep accepting all of these different fights possible. Then he came across somebody that's pretty, and I don't know, like I feel like it can't fit in his scenario, like the actual real scenario, but overall, it was a situation that was too big to battle. And it was like, fam, it's something where it's like, you have literally a 0% chance of winning this fight. No, I guess it could work out. But anyways, yeah, overall, he still took the fight. All right. Knocked out first round. Like literally could not go throughout this fight anymore. Now it's just one of those things where it's like, if any situation, that's just gonna be people's go-to card. It's like, the thing is this, you can beef with just anybody, and I mean absolutely anybody when it comes down to content creating, whether it's a new face or an old face. The thing is this, that is going to be that person's card. You defended a pedophile. You can't escape that, bruh. Like, you honestly, like, when you sit down and think about it, what would you rather be known as? The guy that does reaction videos or the guy that had defended a pedophile? I'm like, fam, I'm like, sign me up. Where's my TMossBoss hat? Where's my, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. Yeah, where's my, everyday introductions? Where's my lower viewer count? I would take my career 10 times over before I take that one opportunity to do a video like JustARobot. Look at where that led him. All right, it's like you were already dying off as a creator. Now with that situation, that was pretty much the knockout punch. All right, so yeah, it's like let's see if he's up for another challenge, because I guarantee and I promise you, the next time around, even if it is like less controversial, it's still gonna be bad for his channel.
Of failed commentary videos, so watch out for that. I think the main thing that we need to take away from this is what is important and what is not as someone who does videos like this. I think at a certain point of success and relevance and continuously doing somewhat well with either your audience or the perceived audience of people who watch you can put you on this high horse, especially when your content is all about you and your moral opinion. It can kind of trick you to think that you're somewhat immortal, even if you know you're not. And I think an important lesson that anyone who's watching this, especially other commentary people, especially smaller commentator people, and me, need to take away from this is you are always vulnerable to make mistakes and do something wrong. And if you do, just own up to it. The thing that JustARobot did was double down. Over and over and over again. And while some parts weren't his fault and some parts in the original video he made were good, didn't take accountability when he should have. He compromised views, the opinions of fans versus what is actually right. A lot of people ignore the actual issues and the actual things that affect victims for the sake of views or for social relevance or to stay on top of it. And I've been guilty of this, and I know plenty of people who have been guilty of this, and there will be people in the future who are guilty of this. But make sure, if you want to make these videos, or you are making these videos, or you're gonna make these videos in the future, you don't do that. Wow, that was deep.
It's like, if you know, I'm not no expert when it comes to the commentary community, but my thing is this: there are creators that you can defend, I guess, in situations where they need defending, and then there's creators that you can call out that needs to be called out on their stuff. But it's like when you're calling out people that doesn't even need to be called out, and then you're defending people that doesn't need to be defended. You got that backwards. You got that all the way backwards. Don't go after somebody just because you don't like them. Do you know how many content creators out there that I don't like? Fam, I'm saying there's like from, if it's a musician, if it's a content creator, a Twitch streamer, wherever the situation may be, I'm like, fam, I might not like that person, but I'm not going to be making videos talking about, oh, this is why I don't like this person, or they don't understand, or this, that, and blah, blah. It's like, fam, I'm like, I know, I'm going to let them do their thing. I'm like, I don't care if I have to say the only time when I ever did feel that way was, again, when I was a kid. Like, the stuff that JustARobot be doing, it'd be like some, like, childish behavior. So that's, I'm like, yeah, it's just like I said, there's people that you can call out, and then there's people that you can defend. Don't mix that stuff up.
Who would have thought? But I think that's all for me today. I appreciate you watching. I got some other banger videos, some more serious ones, some less serious ones. You can click those somewhere. And follow me on Twitter. I'm pretty funny. Bangers every day. And check out my other videos, because if you watch them, then they get recommended to more people. So please. Also subscribe. I'm almost at 4K, which would be fucking dope. But honestly, I think that's it for me today. I appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.
Breakfast with the bitch named Tiff.
Them steak ads. I made a tweet talking about that crap. That crap is annoying. Every time I go on Twitter, it's just always some steak ad, and I'm like, bro, that's a company where I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't end this off. I like how I was just pretty much like contradicting myself, being a hypocrite. I was like, you know what? I wish steak the best. That's just no. That's probably gonna be the most fakest moment I'll ever have in my whole career. But anyways, no, that was a pretty good video. Shout out to Advil. Make sure if you guys haven't, definitely go subscribe to him. Show him some love and support. Be greatly appreciated. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.